Well, hello and good morning. I am at the North Pack trailhead. This is the northern terminus of the Wapack Trail, and I'm going to be doing an overnight backpacking trip on the Wapack Trail and hike the whole thing. So I'll take you along with me. So just have a couple of hiccups here. One being that my trekking pole attachment for my GoPro is broken. So I have my GoPro on my phone tripod, which did end up working out for my last backpacking trip, but it's really not very stable, so it makes me nervous to use it like that. I guess the other hiccup is I'm switching back to my Kumo 36 now that the weather has warmed up, and trying to make it work with some new items that I got. Got this new Hydropack flask thing, water bottle, instead of a disposable one, which I've been using. So I wanted to try out sort of the straw thing, and getting my bottle rocket to go on this pack was challenging. Really not meant for this pack, but I have it kind of attached to my sternum strap right now. So this trail has been on my list for a while to complete. I have done half of it before, from like here to, I don't remember the town. I'll point it out when I get there, where I ended last time. I just did that part as a day hike, and I haven't done the last half, except for I have hiked Mount Wapack. So some of this will be new to me, and I am not doing this as a day hike this time. In fact, I am staying overnight at a shelter I reserved at the Windblown campsite. So I'm really looking forward to that. You do have to reserve it in advance, and it is $20 per person, but I think it'll be worth it to have a place to camp. And the shelter I'm reserving has a wood stove, which I guess fires are extra. So I'll see how I'm feeling, and I might actually want to do a fire tonight. Weather today is very nice. It's probably low 60s right now, and not supposed to get above like 68 today. So I figure this was pretty good hiking weather. So this is why we do gear shakedowns before much longer trips. So this bottle is a little too long for this bottle rocket, and so now that I've drank some of the water, it's just kind of flopping down. So I think what I need to do is get like a bungee and just attach it like that. I'm about a mile and a half into this hike, and I've reached my first summit. This is North Pack. I've hiked up here a few times. Probably stop and have a drink and try and fix my straw. So the solution I came up with, I had 2 rubber bands in my first aid kit, so I just kind of loop them into each other, and hopefully that stays. I did put an electrolyte drink mix in here. I'm trying out the Element drink mixes. It's pretty good. They're pretty expensive though. It ends up being, I think, like $1 per each. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue buying them, but something different to try. The last couple miles between the summits have been pretty flat and easy, and now We are starting to climb up to the summit of Packmanadnock. So I have a little less than 0.4 to get up there. And I'm really looking forward to cooking up some lunch up there at the picnic tables. So that's Monadnock right there. Not hiking there today, but I've hiked it before in my videos. And we just came from over there. It's North Pack. So I was gonna cook up here, but it's so windy, my alcohol stove isn't gonna fare well. So I'm gonna try and find a shelter maybe that I can cook in. So this looks familiar. Rumor has it, someone had an illegal wedding up here. Man. This looks good. All right. I think it's been close enough to 15 minutes. This should probably be done. They have toilets up here, so I was able to use that. And there's a parts store. It looks like they just kind of sell like gear and things. I'm trying out the Packet Gourmet All-American Works Burger. I've never had this one before, so I'm pretty excited to try it. I guess you have to add this Works packet to it. It's got like freeze-dried cheese and some chunks of other things in here. Probably onions, I don't know. Here's what it looks like portioned out. And now I get to add whatever condiments I want to it. I can already tell that maybe they should have given more condiments with it. I probably could have done the mayo on one or two of them, and then the other ones would have had enough mustard and ketchup and relish, but oh well, sure it'll still be good. Just descended off of Packmanadnock and headed up Temple next. I'm probably about 6 miles into the day and have about 8-ish left. The way up Temple has just been this dirt road. And you can see there's like remnants of pavement here, like it used to be a paved road. I don't know exactly what was up here, if it was like a ski mountain or what. Well, whatever it was before is now some kind of cell tower or something. Not actually on the trail right now, I just wanted to actually summit this peak because I've never actually been to the tippity-toppity of it before. All right, there was something else up here. That's actually where we just came off of. That's Packmanadnock up there. This area is off a little side trail, and it's pretty cool. You got some stone chairs up here. Might sit down for a couple minutes just for a quick break. It's a nice little spot. Look, you even got a little stone love seat right there. So I'm 10 miles in for today, and that means I have 4 miles left to go. And it looks like it's going to be mostly downhill or flat until the very end, and I have a bit of a climb up a mountain. So not too bad, and it's almost 4:30 right now, so Still got plenty of daylight left to get to camp. This is where I left off when I hiked this before. So it looks like I got a little bit of a road walk ahead of me. Supposed to go left onto this temple road for a little bit before we get back into the woods. Getting back in the woods. That wasn't bad at all. Actually did find a little pond off the side of the road where I could get some water because I was running very low. I just got like half a liter because I think there's gonna be a stream near camp where I can get some more water. So I figure this would just get me through these last 3 or so miles. Okay, so this section of trail, lots of water. First 10 miles, 11 miles, pretty dry. But now there's water everywhere, and this is great because it's flowing. Easier to fill up and probably cleaner too. Look at that. Beautiful. So if I wanted to, I could hike Kidder Mountain, but I don't think I want to add any more miles to this hike. I do want to hike that someday, but not today. It's been a long time since I've hiked this many miles in a day. I'm supposed to do about 14 today, and I've done like 12 and a half so far, so I'm getting pretty tired. Alright, so another semi-busy road crossing, but here's the sign for the campground, so I'm getting close. Looks like I gotta sign in over here. Little picnic area. Gotta go pee in the shed. Oof. It is warm in here. Alright, so I gotta fill this out. It's a little hard to find the trail to the shelters. I don't know if I just missed the turn or what, but I ended up having to backtrack a little ways till I found the turnoff for it. I spy my first tick on me, this hike anyway. My pants are permethrin treated, so he should be dying, but I don't like that it's crawling up my leg. Gross. Get out of here. This is a weird experience. I feel like I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. Here's our little bit of a climb that we have to get up to the shelter. They were not kidding, this trail is pretty steep. Whew. Definitely not fun like last part of the day when you're already really tired. Here we are. Made it. Whew. Looks like maybe a privy back there. I didn't realize there was also a outdoor fire pit. I knew about the wood stove. Kind of looks like a new one. This is so nice. Got some chairs, and I don't know if these are cots. I don't really need that, but picnic table is awesome. Lots of good hanging beams. Got a pretty good fire going in there. For dinner, I am trying out the Good To Go mushroom risotto. It needs a little salt. Luckily, I came prepared. I almost forgot that I hiked this all the way here. It's King Julius, probably one of my favorite beers. Definitely my favorite treehouse beer anyway. It's a little treat after a full day of hiking. Cheers. It's not too cold, unfortunately, but it's still good. I think what I might do with this next time is bring a little Parmesan cheese to put in it, because I think like that would make it perfect. It's still really good though. I finished dinner. I think that was a good amount of food. Feel pretty good. I might have another snack later because I'm not super full, but I am gonna finish this beer and hang out by the fire. I'm gonna set up my hammock somehow. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do, but right now I'm kind of like doing my, well, I call it my toileting. I just washing my face and stuff, but I'll wait to brush my teeth till I decide if I'm gonna eat anything else, and then I'll probably hang my food too, because seems like there's a lot of wildlife around here, and not sure what the bear population is like, but would rather be safe than sorry. All right, I have a pretty awesome setup right now, so I'll show you. So here's my hammock setup. I've got my 40-degree under quilt and my 40-degree top quilt, and it is very warm because it is very close to the wood stove. I'm probably gonna let the stove die down a little bit because I kind of have a lot of wood in there right now, so I think it'll be better once it calms down a little bit. But I think I'm gonna sleep very nice and warm tonight. Took my headlamp and I looped it around the beam up here with my spare hammock line here, so I can have a little bit more light because it is getting darker out. But yeah, I'm just chilling, finishing my beer, keeping nice and warm by the fire, and gonna probably have another snack and then think about hanging my food before it gets too dark. Hello. I'm in my hammock right now. This is a pretty bad hang. I think the beams just weren't far enough apart. So the ridge line is right there, and it's not holding the bug net up. So I'm gonna see how this goes. I might end up having to adjust or move my hammock, but it is really warm right here. So I am just really glad to be laying down right now. Things are pretty good. Oh, good morning. I woke up a little while ago. Already took my hammock down, but I slept pretty good last night. I woke up at a couple times. One was at 4 a.m. and it was a little bit cold, and I figured the fire probably died out, so I got up and I kind of got that going again, and then I slept nice and warm and toasty again till like 7:45. Okay, it's 8:16 right now. So I've been up for like half an hour maybe, and I just cooked myself up some breakfast. This is just my chai tea latte mix, which on its own isn't very good, but then I add in the vanilla breakfast essentials. So I'm kind of making sort of a vanilla chai and adding more calories to it as well. and it's pretty good. This has kind of been my go-to breakfast lately because I'm not a huge eater first thing in the morning. I'll probably have like a granola bar later on. And then I think I only have about 7-ish miles to go before I get to the end and the place where I'm getting picked up. So I'll probably get some lunch with my friend afterward, replenish those calories. So just taking my time right now, getting ready for another day of hiking. Shorter this time and hopefully easier. I've always carried tweezers in case I found a tick, and I don't have a tick, but I seem to have gotten some splinters from the wood, so kind of a purpose I did not expect to use these for, but I'm glad I have them. This water is very cold. I think it's time to clean my filter. The flow rate's gotten a little low. The downside to these frameless packs is sometimes the back of it can bulge out and then you really feel it on your back, but you can fix that just by pushing down on the back of it, flattening it out. This is a really awesome shelter. I would definitely come out of my way to stay here again. So the time is 9:05. It took me a little longer than expected to get ready, but not too much. I have to keep checking myself for ticks again later because I did find a second one on my pants yesterday when I'd gotten to the shelter, and it looked like it had kind of like dug in to my pant, and it was alive. I don't know how long it had been there. They say that it's supposed to kill them when they land on something treated with permethrin, but maybe these ticks are just a little bit more robust than other bugs. It was killing the flies that landed on me though. Just came out of there. That's what the top of this looks like. And now I'm headed this way toward the mountaintop. So here's one of the other shelters you can stay at. Right off the trail, it looks like. And it's cute. Nice little wood shed. Big fire pit. You got some nice views. Couple chairs, a table, looks like a couple cots in there too, and a pad and a grill. So this would not be a bad place to stay either. Let me give you a saw. So it doesn't have quite the amenities that the one I stayed at did, but you can't beat the location. This is really nice. All right, back on Wapack Trail South. I'm gonna hit some peaks along the way that I've never hiked before. This is just a little viewpoint on the way up to New Ipswich Mountain. And there's Mount Monadnock right there. You can see the bald summit from here. The trail runners are out. I just saw my first one headed north. I think it's a popular trail for trail running. Actually, a coworker of mine, he does this race where you run the Wapack trail like as an out and back. So it's like 42 miles or something like that. I can't even imagine like just the amount of energy it takes just to hike it in 2 days. But I guess when you're running, it's just sort of different because, well, you're not carrying all the weight and you're not taking as much time to do it. And that's something that's kind of gotten me thinking, like, I wonder, like, if I was able to go faster, if, you know, I could do more miles and not be as tired because just I'm not, you know, spending energy for as long of a time period. I would like to improve my speed sometime, but no matter what, like, I just always seem to average out in the end to 1.7 miles per hour. Even when I think I'm going really fast, I don't know if I just take longer breaks at that point or what, but oh well. Another nice view of Mount Monadnock. So it's northwest of us right now. This is Penny Pond. Nice little boardwalk along it. I think I have maybe 2.5 miles to go to the end, and with the exception of maybe Mount Wapack, I think it looks pretty flat. So I'm gonna be finishing a little earlier than I expected to, which is always good because I have like one granola bar left and that's it for food. So I will be plenty hungry for lunch pretty soon. Well, here we are crossing into Massachusetts. As Brian would say, boo! And we're actually joining up now with the Mid-State Trail. So if you don't know, the Mid-State Trail is a long-distance trail that goes through the state of Massachusetts, north to south, right through the middle. So I don't think a lot of people really know about it, but it actually connects with the Wapack Trail and the North-South Trail in Rhode Island, so which is another long-distance trail that goes through a state. I do want to hike this someday, so I can check off that trail and get Rhode Island. But for now, I am just finishing the Wapack Trail. Just making my way up Mount Wapack right now. 12:36. Made pretty good time today. So that was Mount Wapack. It was very noisy up there, so I did not stay long. But now we're just finishing the trail, hiking down to the trailhead where I should hopefully have a ride waiting. I made it to the base of Mount Wapack, which means I'm just about done with this trail. Thought there would be a Southern Terminus sign. Don't see one. Well, that's it. I've finished the Wapack Trail. Oh, that's from my backpack. It was a pretty cool trail. Really loved the shelter. Not too difficult. Got another trail to cross off my to-do list and pretty nice weather for it. So I'm gonna end this here. Thank you for watching. Happy trails.